Ahead of the inauguration ceremony, the Prime Minister will visit the revered Dat Kali temple where he will offer prayers. Preparations for the visit are underway at the temple premise as Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds a key roadshow in Saharanpur. A major infrastructural push and a boost in connectivity from Dehradun, Delhi and Uttar Pradesh. The 6-lane expressway will reduce travel time between Delhi and Dehradun to 6 hours to 2.25 hours and has been built in a way so that it allows an access for the wildlife to commute without and to travel without any disruptions from the traffic. It's a 213-kilometer long 6-lane axis controlled Delhi-Dehradun Expressway, built at a cost of over 12,000 crores. The corridor goes through Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, a major boost to the connectivity. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will today inaugurate the expressway and he will visit Dat Kali temple in Dehradun ahead of the inauguration. The project also involves the construction of 10 interchanges, 3 railway overbridges, 4 major bridges and 12 wayside amenities to enable seamless high-speed connectivity. The Delhi-Dehradun Expressway is equipped with an advanced traffic management systems to provide a safer and a more efficient travel experience for commuters. Keeping in view the rich biodiversity and wildlife in the region, the Delhi-Dehradun corridor has been designed in a way with several features aimed at significantly reducing human and wildlife conflict. I'm being joined by News9 input editor Brijesh Pandey. Brijesh, a major connectivity boost to Delhi and Dehradun. Travel time being cut short from 6 hours to just 2.5 hours now.
Well, absolutely. I think with the inauguration of this Delhi-Dehradun 6-lane, 213-kilometer long, controlled economic corridor, which has been developed at a cost of over 12,000 crore rupees, is definitely going to be a game changer as far as the travel distance between Delhi and Dehradun is concerned. From 6 hours to 2.5 hours is like less than even half an hour, less than even half of the travel time which was required to travel from Delhi to Dehradun and vice versa. So this is definitely going to be a big boost, and this is a 213-kilometer long, 6-lane access controlled Delhi-Dehradun economic corridor. So there all other vehicles are prohibited other than car and fast vehicles on this particular corridor, and anybody who's be venturing in will be levied a huge fine as far as the government is concerned. So this particular corridor is going to be inaugurated by the Prime Minister at around 12:30 p.m. The Prime Minister is going to inaugurate Delhi-Dehradun economic corridor, and this will be done at a public function in Dehradun, where Prime Minister is also likely to address the gathering on the occasion. But right now, the visuals which are there on our screen is the Prime Minister is doing a road show in Saharanpur, where he has gone to undertake a review of the wildlife corridor on the elevated section of Delhi-Dehradun economic corridor. So these are the visuals which we are witnessing right now on our screen. Is a visual which is their Prime Minister's road show in Saharanpur, and what we've been given to understand, and in some time from now, once this particular road show will end, the Prime Minister will perform darshan and puja at Jai Ma Datiya Kali temple near Dehradun, Dat Kali temple near Dehradun. So this is the program, and after performing darshan and puja, the Prime Minister is going to inaugurate the Delhi-Dehradun Express 6-lane access controlled economic corridor.
Well, that's right, Brijesh, and a striking feature of this expressway is how it has been built, keeping the rich biodiversity and the wildlife in mind. There is a 12-kilometer elevated wildlife corridor to ensure the free movement of the wildlife and biodiversity in that particular region.
Well, absolutely. What we've been given to understand is that it's going to be an elevated from the Rajaji National Park, and this entire gig is, made sure that what the government is going to do is that apart from reducing the time, they have also factored in that no harm is done to the wildlife, which is an extremely important pivot as far as the government of India is concerned. What we've been also given to understand is that, like, if you look at the way this entire the corridor has been designed, it's like it starts from Akshardham, and expressway passes through Bagpat, Baraut, Shamli, and Saharanpur, and to maintain it's been designed to in a way that to maintain a speed of 100 kilometers per hour, and this will include 5 major toll plazas. And the government is trying to make sure that this particular toll, elevated expressway is something which is going to be game changer as far as the movement between Delhi and Delhi to Dehradun is concerned.
Now, Brijesh, this expressway, this economic corridor comes at a time where there have been repeated complaints by the commuters that the Delhi to Dehradun route is marked with traffic congestions. How of a major boost, a connectivity boost this project is by the government?
Well, it is a big boost because, as I was saying, that this particular corridor is something where, they have designed to make sure that there is a minimum speed of 100 kilometers per hour. There are only 5 major toll plazas, and, the rates are being updated at all toll booths, and commuters are advised to ensure that they have sufficient balances so as to ensure very speedy, exits from these toll booths. And what the government is also saying is that they have banned all other kind of traffic, the slow-moving vehicles out of this particular elevated corridor. So anybody who is on a two-wheeler or on a taxi will not be able to get on this expressway. And if he is found there, a hefty fine will be levied as far as those vehicles are concerned. So the government is trying to make this a completely hassle-free, travel. And what they're saying is that while solo travels may offer services and it can be, cheaper for them, but if there are 4 people traveling by car, then it is also economically cheaper for them, more cheaper for them than Vande Bharat or taking a flight to Dehradun. So government feels that this will not only improve and boost connectivity. They are saying that this will also make sure that it will also boost tourism as far as the Uttarakhand government is concerned.
That's right, Brijesh. There were also concerns about from the Dehradun community, especially over the afforestation that was going on because of the expressway. There was a lot of protests as well, and now the government has informed that over 1.9 lakh trees have been planted along the expressway to compensate for the construction. And then there is also a 12-kilometer of elevated wildlife corridor as well. Do you think that with this project, the government has struck the chord between development and ecological balance?
Well, I think, it'll be interesting to see, how many of those trees which have been planted by the government survive to tell the tale. But the fact of the matter is that, yes, initially there was widespread apprehensions about the number of trees that are being cut. But the government also understanding the sensitivity of the ecological sensitivity of the place involved, the government has done 2 things. A, they have made sure that there's enough trees being planted to make sure and to compensate for the trees which are being cut. And what the government is saying that one of the key highlights is the 12-kilometer elevated stretch over the Rajaji National Park. So they're making sure that that these additional animal crossings and all which have been created will make sure that there is no major disruption as far as wildlife is concerned.
Well, that's right. Thank you so much, Brijesh Pandey, for joining me on the broadcast. For now, PM Modi is holding a roadshow in Dehradun, and a major boost to connectivity and infrastructure connecting Delhi, Dehradun and Uttar Pradesh. And with that, it's time for us to slip into a quick commercial breather. Keep watching News9.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News9. English news as it should be.
Real power doesn't shout. It empowers. It leads by example. It walks the talk. And let actions speak the truth. Real power shines through you.
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कर आता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया,